All right, so we are going to do the second half of our notes here. So we spent all of last week talking about 45, 45, 90 triangles. Now we're going to talk about 30, 60, 90 triangles. So again, I'm still in the same note packet as you did last week. I'm just in the second half of it. And as you look down at where it says Theorem 8.6, 30, 60, 90 triangles, you see this chart, okay? And the most important thing you can gather from this before I go in and explain what all this means is just making sure you can identify the shortest sides compared to the longest sides. So if you think back to chapter 5 that we did together, it talked about how the angles in a triangle create sides. Okay, so in this case, the 30-degree angle is creating this side. The 60-degree angle is creating that side. And then lastly, the 90-degree angle is creating the hypotenuse, which we've discussed a lot in the first half of this chapter. Okay? Well, the 30-degree angle is the smallest angle. It is creating the shortest side. The 60-degree angle is the medium size angle. It's creating the middle length side. And then the hypotenuse, as we've discovered and talked about a lot, is created by the biggest angle, which is 90 degrees. Okay, so whenever you see a 30, 60, 90 triangle, you have the shortest leg is opposite the smallest angle, the middle leg is opposite the medium angle, and the hypotenuse, or the biggest side or leg, is created by the biggest angle. So when you go to make your chart, just like you did for the 45, 45, 90 triangle, your chart, as soon as you see it, you have x radical 3 for your middle leg, and 2x is representing your hypotenuse. So this is short leg, long leg, hypotenuse. Okay, now, just to give you a very quick and easy example to get started here. Let's pretend that's your 60, that's your 30, and let's just say I said or gave you that angle to be 2. Well, I go to make my chart. I have the short leg, the long leg, and the hypotenuse. So, fill in what you're given. Well, I was given the side opposite the 30-degree angle, so that was the short leg. And this is the best case scenario for you because everything's going to fall right into place. If I give you the short leg is 2, the long leg is whatever the short leg was, so 2, and then you just attach that radical 3 to it. The hypotenuse is 2 times whatever the short leg was. In this case, is 2 times 2, which is 4. And then you're done. Okay, that's all there is to it. We're going to skip this proof. The worst case scenario for you is when I give you the long leg, just like you see in your first example. So, we are given this triangle, okay, and on that triangle we have the 60-degree angle, and opposite of it is 5. So if I go to make my chart, I gave you the long leg of 5. You're looking for both the short leg and the hypotenuse. So if this is the case, I need to solve. You always want to find the short leg if I haven't given it to you. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to solve this for x. And again, just like we did with 45, 45, 90 triangles, I'm going to require you to do a little bit less work than we would normally. All right, so for me to solve this for x, I would divide both sides by radical 3. These cancel, leaving the left side to be just x, and the right-hand side is 5 over radical 3. So for now, that is your short leg. Now, to find your hypotenuse, you take whatever your short leg is, and this might be a little bit confusing, all right, but you take whatever your short leg was, which we just found to be 5 over radical 3, and multiply that by 2. and if you multiply by 2, 2 is a fraction, is 2 over 1. So when you multiply these straight across, 5 times 2 is 10. Radical 3 times 1 is just radical 3. So your hypotenuse is 10 over radical 3. So that's the worst case scenario when I give you the long leg. All right, that requires you to do the most amount of algebra or arithmetic to solve the other pieces. All right, your next example, if we take a look at this, I have now given you the hypotenuse because I'm opposite of the 90-degree angle. So if I make my chart, let's put these out a little bit more. So I have x radical 3, and 2x. I've given you the hypotenuse, which is your 2x. So 2x is equal to 6. If I go to solve this, because I want to find the short leg first, if I go to solve this for x, these cancel. I get x is equal to 3. Therefore, my short leg is 3, which means my long leg is going to be whatever the short leg is, which was 3 times radical 3. All right, so my three values are short leg is 3, long leg is 3 radical 3, and the hypotenuse was given to me as 6. All right, last example for this. Again, I've given you an isosceles triangle in the grand scheme of things. You can ignore this half of the picture, okay? So what did I give you? Well, there's your 90-degree angle. There's your hypotenuse. I'm only asking for the long leg. I'm not asking for the short leg, but we just find it anyways because we fill in our table. So we have x radical 3, 2x. Okay, so if I go to fill in what I know, I was given the hypotenuse of 12. Well, if I solve this equation for x, I divide both sides by 2, x is equal to 6. So my short leg is 6, my long leg is whatever my short leg was, which was 6, and I attach or multiply it by radical 3, and I'm done. Alright? So I will post the homework online. If there's any questions of anything, please obviously email me and I'll do what I've been doing. I'll collect all the questions I get, and kind of in the middle, the end of the week here, I'll post the videos with all those explanations. Alright? Take care.